Well, here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. I like how we can just pick up right where we left off.
I know, yeah, I know. I know, it's good.
That's kind of like how it was with recording too. It's just like there'd be months in between, but then we would just get back in the room and just pick back up.
I love parts of recording where you get to like go somewhere for a bit, like we did when we came to your place in LA. But then I really like the fact that we then also got to do like the Airbnb in Tottenham, or like, you know, or just like the random bits at Reese's house, or like, you know, in Holy Mountain. I love being able to like have
definitely
these,
like breaking it out across the year and going from me coming here, you guys coming to LA, and back and forth.
I can't believe that was our first. That's our first time actually doing a record outside of the UK, which is weird. But
how did that feel to you guys?
I think it was really important.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially with it being LA and like being kind of, we mirrored what it felt like in London a little bit. The detachment stuff. I think it was just like I really liked getting to walk around LA. I feel like that was quite good for it, fit in with the feeling of the songs quite a lot.
Right.
Because we've been working pretty closely in my place, and it really was the first time for us to be working that kind of intimately. And I feel you can hear that in the music from the demos and in the final product.
It was what I was thinking about on the Uber over, like how the record started, right, and the idea of what we were doing compared to how it ended, and all the changes that happened throughout it, like member-wise, sonically, like, I don't know, I feel like we had an idea of what we were going for to begin with, and then it just kind of like slowly took on a life of its own.
Well, it's like, I think it probably, I guess it feels like quite a different record to me, because we were not only like figuring out what the record was going to be, but we were also kind of figuring out like how the band was going to be. So it's kind of probably not that straightforward. It was like a load of different jobs had to happen at once. Like we were like figuring out how we went to LA without a band, you know, which is pretty nuts.
It was just cool to just see like how the demos were, very electronic and insular, and then how it expanded out to involving Jordan and Amelia, and just seeing how it all progressed.
Essentially, they were kind of like electronic, because a lot of all the rhythms, and there was a lot of programming and like rhythms and drum machine programming. But there was like live elements, live bass and guitar, which was important. But there was a moment where we were like, how electronic is this record going to go? And we kind of, is it going to be, do we go completely electronic? Because we are in a different situation.
Yeah. I mean, we sort of thought we would be more electronic for quite a long time. Like, I feel like we were kind of, for a while, thinking maybe there wasn't going to be any live drums. But then it made it feel more complete when we actually did that properly.
I'm really glad that we all made that decision, and I think that you're a big part of that, because you were kind of encouraging us to think about some of the things we've done in the past. I thought was really important at the time, like some of the just the great sounds and
for me,
we'd played and been, you know, the things that we'd enjoyed and loved previously, which maybe, you know, some of the songs, More Than Life, for example, was completely electronic and very synth-based, and maybe a little bit kind of over the top as a result.
Probably.
Endemic, and just stripping it back to more of a kind of a classic horrors kind of arrangement and like lineup. Just made the song just feel much more like us, I think.
To me, what I think is important about this record in particular is it kind of shows where you guys came from, explores every era of what you guys have been doing. Like, it has the very raw, aggressive rock vibe of how you guys started. It kind of drifts into the more moody soundscape stuff. There's elements of this new vibe of a lot more electronic, forward thinking.
We were writing the demos, like Faris and I were talking about wanting to kind of like return to a darker, heavier sound, you know, just to kind of get things rolling, get ideas happening. But I feel like it also feels like a very new sound and very new kind of world of production.
Totally.
Which is kind of what we always like to do, but it's part of the exploration, part of the journey, and you certainly kind of really encouraged us to explore that side of it, I think.
Hell yeah.
I think it's like when you get bored easily, like we do, and you do. It's
we
like
ended up being part of the same team, because they were going to be like, guys, you're just going to have to leave this now, let's just commit and move on. And then the following week you'd be like, you know, I've just been thinking about it since last week, maybe we should flip it again.
I know. You get so into it that I mean, it
Yeah.
definitely felt like we just turned into a band,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
you know,
Yeah,
and we were just all just trying to figure it out.
yeah.
It was really fun. I had really
Yeah,
fun. One
yeah,
of the
it was.
most enjoyable recording experiences.
Yeah,
I actually find like a big studio environment sometimes can be a bit quite intimidating, and the fact that
Totally.
our relationship became quite close and it was really just three of us as a unit,
yeah,
it just became a lot more comfortable and easy to share ideas.
Yeah,
So I
totally.
definitely kind of find it a little bit like, oh, I don't want to go up and try something now. And I
Right,
think we
right,
got
right.
to the place where we were just like, any instrument, any time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
any time of day, any time of night was like anyone could pick anything up and play or program, and
Yeah,
I felt like that was really cool.
yeah. No, I mean, it's important to be as comfortable as possible in the
definitely,
studio.
definitely.
yeah. I feel like you sort of like learn that as you go. Like when you're first in a band and you first like starting to like learn to record and try all that stuff, you think like, okay, we're in the studio now. We've got to do something in a studio way. And then like the more you do it, you realise actually you're trying to, in a way, you're trying to a little bit recreate the conditions that make you feel comfortable enough to write the songs in the first place and like and feel
100%.
good. It's just
Yeah,
like whatever feels like
100%.
natural.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you have to be at your most relaxed
Yeah.
in the studio, especially when you're working on a project as in depth as what you guys were doing, and like how it's not something where you walk into a studio for 2 days and knock it out as a band. Like this
Yeah.
it's a evolving process, and you need to be comfortable.
I think that's one of the reasons, like we love this album so much. It feels really personal, and it just feels really, I mean, for want of a better word, it just feels really honest.
Yeah,
Because we really put all of our energies, all the team involved, put everything into it, and it did feel like we were, you know, there didn't really feel like there was any, what's the word? We were just doing it to make a great record.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, there wasn't any
didn't feel
outside.
pressure.
Yeah, there wasn't any
No.
outside pressure. We just got to make whatever felt good.
Yeah, it did feel like we were a band and we were just like, you know, we were people making the record and there wasn't much like separation. Is your process like that with other records?
I think so.
You
I mean,
kind of-
yeah.
I mean, I feel like that
I
makes
I
the
think
best
by
records.
default, I think it's from me growing up, always being in the band,
Yeah.
and understanding that dynamic. That, yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of fall into that way of working. But I think that brings out the best in everyone.
It's a passion thing as well. You obviously just like love music, as we do, and then you just get, you know, once you get into something that
Yeah.
you really enjoy, you just
Yeah, and then
sweet,
also
sweet spot.
I don't work on I don't usually, not usually. I don't work on anything I don't want to work on or don't love, and so I get fully consumed by it.
We had a good selection of demos or collection that we were into. Kind of didn't feel like that. We knew they weren't finished, but in that first week, you know, we started kind of really getting into it straight away.
Yeah.
So, for example, things that had quite electronic sounding rhythms. Even if we were replacing them with samples, we were
Yeah.
introducing more live elements straight away. Like you could present this song like this, like more with a live
Yeah.
kit was one of the
Yeah.
things we did in the first week. And
Yeah, it
I think
was.
straight away we were like, okay, let's just start rebuilding. Like, what else can we do with this melody? So we suddenly keyboards out and
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
things
remember
kinda
like the
flipped.
first like 2 days at Holy Mountain, it was just like, I remember going like, okay, I have a plan for these 5 songs or whatever. And I just remember within the first, not even 2 days, the first 2 hours, I was like, everything's being thrown out the window.
Yeah.
This is not, this is not, like, it's interesting. I like how you guys work in the sense where you'll make a version of a song, you'll make a demo, and it's not necessarily like that's the way it has to be, and you're just kind of like recreating the demo and
Yeah.
trying to just make the demo sound better. It's
Yeah.
like, here's one version of this idea,
yeah.
what can we do to make it different?
It's looking for an atmosphere, looking for an emotion, looking for something that you can kind of communicate with
Right.
or connect with. So like if I was starting to work on an instrumental or whatever, it'll always be trying to kind of reach the feeling I want to communicate or
Right,
whatever.
right, right.
But the reality is you can then perform that or, you know, play that in many different ways.
Totally.
Whether it was
I think the reason, like going back to like the feeling is gone, it's like the reason that song stuck around for a while, like longer than most songs that we've written do, you know, it's like we don't often go back that far to like bring a song back and use it and make it feel fresh, and like that one is acoustic, you know, it's
Totally,
like it's just
totally.
totally about like the song and the foundation of it, and then it can totally transform,
Yeah,
which is really cool.
And LA Runaway was the other track that we wrote like that, and that was the last song.
I remember that we had a discussion that we were just kind of like we felt like one song short, and it wasn't kind of the feeling that we were missing was sort of not offered by the existing ones.
That might have been the thing that motivated us to pick up the guitar, because I feel like we wanted something that was potentially like more traditional song based,
right.
kind of like pop song in a
Yeah, to like balance with the other more like atmospheric kind of like spacious stuff,
which we then immediately flipped from guitar into kind of almost like a maraudery, new ordery electronic thing before we ended up
finding the balance.
The final spot.
Yeah. Considering all the different versions, there's not a song on the record where I feel like, oh, we were in a better place. Where, you know, with some other version, I feel like we arrived at the right place with each of the songs, which is a nice feeling. And like stuff like Aerial, it's, you know, we had quite a few versions. We had our Burial version, like we had our UK Garage kind of version. Like it's like I don't know. It's not. They're not always like. I don't think they're necessarily. They're like subtle. Like sometimes it's like a subtle balance of stuff. You know.
But I think in the end, like that's what made a song like Aerial so interesting.
I think so.
Through all of our trial and error experimenting, we kind of found this weird Frankenstein version of where I can hear like elements of our influence of Burial still on it, even though it's not what you think it is. It's just like when I listen back to that song, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember like how we were looking for all these little pieces and how it kind of stacks up in a way that I don't think we would have gotten there if we would have just stuck to one version.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And so I think that's what makes that song so interesting. Like the way it starts compared to like the way it ends is, I don't think we would have gotten there if we didn't try a bunch of stuff.
That's something you encouraged us, I think, like throughout, was to like just play with ideas, play with melodies, play with sounds. If you've got an idea, do it. Let's just throw it all on there, and then we can strip it away and find the best bits.
Same with Lotus Eater. That was a similar.
Yeah, which
adventure.
is probably is my favourite one, and we just started doing that live.
Oh really?
Which is really cool. I'm really enjoying doing it live because I thought it was going to be harder than it actually was. It feels actually really natural, and like. What's been really great is we did like a tour of like three piece, like me, Reese and Amelia. We did a tour of record shops, just like doing the songs in that way, and I think that's been really good for like getting a good understanding of what the song's strengths are and like how they work, and even like with the older ones, it's just been really cool for like learning and like figuring out how to like present stuff. It's been really useful.
It kind of focuses an emotional connection, because when you've got like a big loud live band on the stage, obviously you can communicate your ideas, but when you take it really small and kind of almost, it's just kind of softer, but it's still kind of got heavy atmosphere.
It's intense.
You can get closer to the heart of the song.
Definitely.
So the way we've been playing Lotus Eater is in that kind of stripped back thing.
Nice.
So you've still got the electronic sounds and everything, but it does feel quite emotional, right? So you
it's intimate for sure.
Intimate, and interestingly, we've just been now playing it to like a bigger crowd. We've been doing it as an encore track, and you can really feel people connecting with it.
I don't know, because we've been playing like for however many years, but I've never felt that kind of intimacy with the songs. Sometimes it's like a different. It's cool. It's like a different kind of connection, which is cool.
And then do you do a full band version of it too, or do you do it as an encore?
No, we're going to, because we found we've got this new guitarist, or we've been trying this new person, and hopefully that's all going to be cool. But it's really brilliant, really good.
But the shows have been really good. The new stuff's been going.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, how's it been like playing the new songs up against the old ones and?
Just really natural.
Yeah.
I mean, because historically, I'd say with the Horrors, when we were going to play new songs for the first time, we'd all be a bit, stressed out about it. Some more than others, whatever. It wasn't always easy, and it didn't always feel
like gel as
immediate.
Naturally as it could, but like
we kind of struggled sometimes to kind of like get over the hurdle of like, this feels a bit weird. But these songs from like first performance just kind of felt really good.
Yeah,
And the way people have responded to them as well. I mean, like when the Spanish tour, which is probably some of my favourite shows. I mean, it's like I think probably the best reaction in the crowd just for More Than Life, which is obviously like, you know, it'd only been out for like a matter of weeks before that, you know. So it's been really good.
And Lotus Eater as well. So like they seem to kind of resonate for some reason.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's
So
cool.
what's next for the Horrors?
Well, we basically got summer to like figure out how some of the parts of the new version of the band work,
Right.
and like sort a few things out, and then we get into hardcore touring from like September, which would be like Europe first, and then hopefully the States, and then UK and all that.
Nice.
We're going to Tasmania in June.
Yeah.
Josh is coming out.
Yeah, Josh is
For
coming
that
with
one.
us for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be great. It's called Dark Mofo Festival.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, so I guess it's quite, obviously Tasmania is quite remote compared to like some parts of Australia, and then like.
So that's what it takes to get him out on the road.
Basically, yeah.
The ends of the earth.
Yeah, basically, yeah. He loves going to Australia, so like, so that was just like, because it was really weird. He was in Spain, and we were playing Barcelona Psych Fest, and I looked out as we were doing More Than Life, and I saw him in the crowd, and he was stood there, which is so surreal because I'm so used to just seeing him on the right, doing you know, like flicking his heels. And just like watching him watch us was really just like so bizarre, like such a weird.
Did he critique the show afterwards?
Yeah, but in like a really helpful way, because like he's, you know, very confusing man, but he was actually very like
straightforward.
Yeah, well, he gave really useful feedback, even like not only in like the sound, but like how it was presented, and I mean, he was just really supportive. It's like, you know, he's obviously like.
He said he really enjoyed it. He said he was worried that he wasn't going to like it for whatever reason, but you know, being different members or any reason.
It's so weird being in a band for 20 years and then watching them play, like, you know, and you're not in it. It's like really strange. It's like we're having, you know, we're having fun still doing it, and like it takes so much, like, especially I'd say probably even more now than ever. It's like it takes so much focus and energy to like make a band even work, like you know, like make it actually work in your life, you know, that people are either in or they're out, and it's kind of like you have to do it with people that are fully in.
Totally.
It is a bit sad, but I feel like, you know, whatever was happening before we started doing the album, it was like a really natural thing, and it wasn't a big falling out, but naturally people were moving away slightly from, you know, their kind of their interests were changing, and it had been quite a long time that we'd been together. I think people were naturally making different, you know, taking different paths, I guess.
Yeah.
And we weren't really sure what that meant for everybody, but I guess it has sent us on this new journey, which is starting to be really fun.
Yeah.
Is this the 20th?
Year
anniversary. 2005 is when you guys.
Yeah, when we get to
first show, or?
It was, yeah. When we get to August, we'll be 20 years as a band.
What was the date? Do you remember?
30th of August.
30th. I was going to say it's like late.
That's the first time you guys played together.
That was our very first gig. Yeah.
First gig.
Yeah.
2005.
And then we rehearsed for the first time literally like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
We didn't hang around. We didn't even really learn how to write any songs.
No. And then we played our second gig like a week later.
The week later we were asked back, and then we literally didn't actually stop. That is the crazy thing.
Yeah.
For the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Like going, essentially, we played non-stop. Started doing Strange House, which was kind of a shock to a certain extent, to be writing an album.
Because it all happened pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, we had like a few weeks of like album sessions for Strange House, but mainly it was done between shows and between tours. Like we were just basically within 3 months, 4 months, we were like signed to Polydor, and then we were, you know, doing stuff like Enemy Tour and like all the random club shows that we were doing, like, you know, multiple times a week. And then we didn't actually have a time where we were like, okay, we're going to do our first album. It was more like, we've done a single, quick, let's write another one.
I feel like
and then we record it.
At the time. It didn't feel
well,
like
it was just like, it was so.
Just the way it was going.
Yeah, and probably better for it, because so much of it was about playing live. I mean, yeah, that's just part of it.
Right. Now, like, now here you guys are 20 years on. Do you feel re-energized and ready to like make more music and have it come out quicker? And
Yeah,
definitely.
like, yeah.
I'm the most excited about the band, or enjoying it the most since, you know, I don't know, I'd say around our third album. I don't know. I think
Yeah,
it's
well,
the best,
no, I
one
mean,
of the best records you've made.
it probably is my favourite record we made. When you add everything into it, when you add the whole thing, and like, not only like, obviously it was really fucking hard to actually get it to that point anyway. But aside from it, it was also like we had loads of fun doing it throughout, and I really enjoyed the process. Loved working with you, loved like getting the songs to where they went and like seeing where they went, and like in a way that, you know, I would never have expected them to go, which is really cool. And then like all the other stuff kind of fell into place with the artwork and all that. So like, you know, videos, I just feel like it's probably the most connected I've felt to a record. Like even, you know, obviously like all the old ones are part of it, and like, you know, had great fun doing those as well, but there's just something else with this one. Like there's kind of somehow like a deeper level of connection.
Right.
You know.
And do you feel that's from, besides everything you just said, like you guys getting older and like kind of becoming more confident as to who you guys are individually as artists?
I think that is part of it. Yeah, I think I think that is part of it, because I mean, you learn stuff every session you do, don't you? And like, but like, yeah, like the confidence to express ideas, I feel like has got to like a new level.
Right.
And then the whole thing is kind of more rewarding for it. I feel like we've got a good way of working, that we can kind of like do new stuff more easily now, maybe. And like maybe we can just like, maybe we can get records together, because this record, it didn't take, like we were saying, the whole recording, it didn't take that long. It was, you know, it was.
No, I mean, in reality, it was like
relative,
like 2-3 months.
Like in total,
of time,
yeah.
Actually together every day, like really doing it, and then. But I think in general, it's like I love, like we were saying earlier, I love making records like that, where you're able to do it in chunks, so you have time to reflect and really figure out what you're liking and not liking before you move forward again.
Yeah.
It's quite a luxury.
Yeah.
Totally.
And it kind of wasn't, we weren't taking it as a luxury, it was just the way we,
It was just
the
the
only
way.
way we had to do it. It was just, we used the time that we had.
Yeah, we probably would have rather have just locked ourselves into
I think
dark windowless room for 6 months
Pretty much,
and like tortured ourselves in front of the speakers, but
I really like the way that in the different spaces that we used, we kind of had like the different workstations, or like, you know, like
fun,
you guys would be like messing around with sounds in one room, and I'd be messing around with the vocals in another, or whatever, or we'd be in Tottenham and Amelia would be like, you know, in the upstairs or whatever, you know, like it's just cool to have the different spaces where you can all be trying your own explorations, and then you come together and do stuff as well.
How funny was that when you think back to Tottenham and the way we recorded the vocals?
Just in
You're
the stairs.
in like the stairwell.
I could barely even like stand up straight with the low ceiling, and like
head sheets
and like the vocal, mic cable like barely stretched. From the, what was that? Was like a little like garden room or something.
Like a converted like conservatory that was
like
kind of falling apart, with that big, like the floor was kind of bowed where it was just like sinking into the ground.
It was a strange choice of location.
It was
the
wild.
garden was cool though.
The garden
but then
was nice.
we had like the dying fox as our pet.
Don't suppose that fox is around anymore.
No,
Probably not.
Probably not.
That the time there, that to me, that's when I felt like, okay, we can actually finish this thing. Is when we were at Tottenham, and even though it was a strange setup.
Well, that was the point.
It felt comfortable, or it felt like
we got this thing. And
I felt the most relaxed.
Absolutely.
Like, in this house. And every day I was just waking up and just trying to pull it together.
I might give you a present.
Okay. I'm excited.
The last remaining.
Oh my gosh.
Science That Remains.
Thank you.
Long sleeve shirt.
Glow in the dark.
Yeah, glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. Love
Which I
it.
just found in my house, which I've been saving for you, but I
Thank
couldn't
you,
find
sir.
it.
What are these coordinates?
Oh, that's where. Where was it? That's where. Is that
That's
our
where we
house?
recorded.
That's.
No?
I think it's
Is
where
it
we. Yeah, it's
different
where we.
locations?
It's where we. Different places we recorded in London.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then the other thing, I got one for you as well, Reese. Horror's
Whoa.
candle,
Whoa.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
which I've been working on.
That's incredible.
Horror scented candle.
What's the scent?
Give it a
Well, it's something.
I don't
it's-
even want to open it. It looks so beautiful.
It's
Wow.
it's a few different things, but yeah.
Whoa.
But
Are you guys going to sell this on tour?
potentially, yeah. I mean, the wax at the top is cold, so I don't know if you'll be able to smell much of the scent until it actually starts burning. But yeah, it's.
Because you're a candle maker.
I got into it during COVID.
Oh wow, that smells amazing.
It's got quite an LA. It reminds me of like LA, like
LA,
warm
like-
hotels, but like in a good way. I don't know if Alex doesn't like it when I say that.
It doesn't remind you of like the top down, cruising down the
Cruising
101,
down the-
cruising down the
reminds me-
101.
It's quite an indoor
It
scent to me,
reminds
but
me
it's
of,
got
like-
cemetery earth in the front, in the top.
That's
what the-
amazing.
It reminds me of Californian hotels, but I mean in a good way. And I don't mean like a smell that they're burning. It's just something about a kind of warm Californian, like you're walking down the hallway, you just arrive.
I forgot that you were into candle making.
Yeah, I've been going to this place called Froome, which is in Somerset
Uh-huh.
in England, and there's this company that I've been working with, just like trying stuff out, and like it's got oak moss in it, bergamot, a few different things that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, you gotta sell these on tour.
Yeah,
That's
hopefully, yeah. We're talking maybe about doing a horror's perfume as well, which would be cool. Yeah.
But Faris was unsure of a name for it, weren't you? You basically been working on this for a while, but nightlife did feel like the right.
Yeah,
yeah.
Nightlife felt like the right way to go. No, but it suits it, doesn't it? I
Well, you
think
guys,
it's the right
you
time.
should do like a lifestyle pop-up store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got the perfume, candles.
I don't know if people would want to imitate my lifestyle, to be honest, but like, or Reese's for that matter. But
Probably yes.
but yeah, but we can show them the good
Occasional
bits.
tray.
This is amazing.
Right.
Thank
Yeah.
you, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
be part of like
Right.
the horrors like starter pack. You got your candle,
Yeah.
your T-shirt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
some.
Do you have any other interesting things? Flip combs? We don't need those anymore.
Horrors. We could do horrors bomber jackets. That'd be quite
Horrors
cool.
bomber jacket.
Yeah.
Just did some good key rings.
Oh
I
shit.
lost mine. I don't know where it is.
Well, it's funny you say that because I actually forgot. I actually did.
There's
I brought
more.
you. I brought you one of those as well. Yeah, because I was in the lockup yesterday,
Oh wow.
and because we got these horrors nightlife
Oh wow.
Uh,
Oh cool.
key things.
Can I have another one?
Yeah. No, I brought a spare one.
I think
Oh,
I
I
lost
love
it.
it.
If I find it, I'll give it to someone.
See,
Yeah,
it's
it's like-
a whole pop-up.
Yeah, the whole thing.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.